Yes, you heard that title correctly. We are getting 2 weekends of Halo Infinite Flighting starting this Thursday, September 23rd. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm excited. So let's just get right into this update. All right, so this update comes via Halo Waypoint as always, but this whole article is something you should look at reading. I'm going to leave it in the description below via a link that you could go and click on, read the whole article. It goes over a lot of things that we can expect to come in touch with Halo Infinite's multiplayer and what it's going to be like and how it's going to be different, especially big team battle is a huge focus. Highly recommend you read this dev interview and go over all the information because there's a lot to dissect here that we're not going to have a lot of time for in this video, because this video is 100% focused on this weekend's flighting that's taking place this weekend and actually technically next weekend. So it's not really just this weekend's flighting. I'm really excited. I just want to talk about this. All right, so Unyshek gets a segment all to his own here at the end of the update called Tech Preview 2 Electric Boogaloo. I could have not known this was Unyshek and could have read that title and known exactly who wrote this segment. But yeah, let's get into what's provided in this update. Unyshek goes on in this update saying, "It feels like just yesterday we were battling against bots during our first multiplayer tech preview. Now as launch approaches, it's time for us to look forward to our second and even bigger tech preview." And that is something Sketch and everyone on the dev team did let us know of beforehand, that this update that's coming up is going to be the bigger update, or the bigger tech preview, I should say. So this is the one that a lot more people are going to get invited to. They even talked about how pretty much everyone that has an insider program signed up for the insider program before September 13th was going to be in this update, or at least get an invite. So this is a really big deal, actually, how many people are going to be a part of this flight. This weekend, September 23rd through 26th, and next weekend, September 30th through October 3rd are the dates. This is pretty big because our last flight, as you guys all know, was just one weekend. So I feel like how they're rolling it out in this weekend is much better, and we're going to get into that in a second. But having 2 weekends and a little bit more focused time frame of when those matches are going to be live really helps the dev team, and I can only imagine how helpful that'll be to everyone planning their time around and wanting to participate in the flight. So that's huge on both ends. So big dub to 343 for planning this flight. I think it's going to go really well for a flight. We'll just say that because things are going to go wrong. That's what a flight's for. But then he says, "We'll be taking things up a notch and testing our full-blown multiplayer." Yes, you read that correctly. We're going back-to-back weekends for Halo Infinite flights. Yeah, this flight is going to be multiplayer-focused just as the last one is, and more details as we get into the rest of this update. He talks about how the goals of the update. Again, if you guys want to get into the nitty-gritty and find out everything that the 343 team wants us to know about, definitely read the article. Some juicy information in here, especially like what you can expect for the tech preview is found in here, honestly, because like I just said, the flight is going to have some bugs. It's going to have some things. That's why we get a flight in the first place. If we didn't get a flight with bugs, that would actually concern me, because then it's like we're getting this ultra curated experience that wants to almost deceive us in a way. I don't know. That's kind of how I always felt about these flights, because like I expect to go in and give feedback on stuff. And so if there's nothing to give feedback on, it's a little concerning. But anyway, so let's talk about the content that's going to be in the flight. During these 2 technical previews, we'll have plenty of new experiences, as well as all the content from the first technical preview. So pretty much, if you missed out on what was in that first preview, we got 3 multiplayer maps, and we got just Team Slayer. Really, there's no objective modes, but we got to experiment with different equipments and weapons of that nature. And then he talks about, here's a high-level look at all of the content included in the next 2 weekends. He talks about Social Arena, Bot Arena, Big Team Battle. So one thing to note here is that Arena is this weekend, Big Team Battle is next weekend. That's a pretty big deal, and like I said, it's going to be really cool to just focus on one or the other for the dev teams, and honestly, to get good as a player, it's going to be really fun with Arena. I'm so excited to dive back into Arena. I love the Arena experience within Halo, but I also can't wait to see what kind of things they did to Big Team Battle to kind of update that and refresh that. But yeah, that's going to be next weekend from September 30th to October 3rd. These 3 modes are going to be on Fragmentation. So here's my thing. Fragmentation is the map that we all well, maybe not all of us, but a lot of people online say, "Hey, that looks like updated Valhalla," which I could see that, but it's the map that we saw in the E3 the E3 trailer with the capturing of the flag. There are vehicles, and that's one thing I'm really excited for. I really hope we get to get our hands on as many vehicles as possible in the big team battle flight. That's going to be very exciting. So yeah, so then it talks about training mode, weapon drills, customization, battle pass, new Halo Waypoint app and web experiences. That's gonna be really exciting for me because I like knowing that kind of stuff, like with updates or sorry with like stats and stuff. I like to be able to see that on the Waypoint app. And honestly, I've been trying to use Halo Waypoint blogs more, so having a new waypoint on the phone is going to be really cool. I think just incentivizes me to go on and participate in the blogs a little bit more. So as he goes on, he says, as mentioned above, matchmaking will only be up for a set amount of time each day in order to help us test our servers against the highest current concurrency as possible. So pretty much just like high intensity stress tests. We're going to have 4 hours each period and 2 periods a day. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. So for me, that would be 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. PT. So like for mountain time for me, it would be 6 to 10. So do that math as you will for the time zone you live in. I know our friends in the UK are going to have a little bit of a harder time with this one, but I'm sure they'll make it. We're counting on you, Spartans. Make it out for the flight, please. So this is going to be really cool because it's going to be a really compact and dense stress test for them, and it's going to give them a whole bunch of data. And that's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is interesting, which they clarify because they do say that the flight opens up on the 23rd. But that's because the build becomes available to download Thursday night, and training mode and weapon drills are available. I'm going to say this is my favorite part about this flight so far, other than the fact that, yes, we get big team battle and we get vehicles and all that stuff. That's going to be awesome. But this eliminates the stress for the players to be like, no, I need to get on. Oh, I smacked my microphone. I need to get on right now. I need to get the matches in. I need to start playing right away. This takes away that urgency. This says download it Thursday night, get a couple training sessions in with some weapon drills, but then Friday is when you're going to be able to play. You have all night Thursday night to download everything, to get it ready to go. Make sure your Wi-Fi is not broken, except Xfinity will break it anyways. Trust me, I know. So you have that whole night to just figure everything out, and that's going to be way cool. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we get to have our matchmaking sessions with bots and with players if we choose. And that's going to be great. And then September 27th on Monday, the flight access closes until weekend 2, which so this all was for Arena. And then it pretty much repeats itself for the most part here. It goes from Friday, October 1st to October 3rd, all the same play sessions, but this is going to have big team battles. The flight access turns on, so I imagine we won't have to re-download the new build. That's something I'd like them to clarify later this week when they give us more information. But on Sunday, surveys go out to a portion of the Halo Insiders. Please, 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 if you're in this flight, do your surveys. That's going to be huge for helping out the dev team and make Halo Infinite as good as it can be. And then on Monday, October 4th, the flight access closes. And October 6th, Halo support site closes. So this is something that they took feedback on for the last flight that I'm really excited about because I was one of those people that was taking notes on what I wanted to say on any sort of support or, things I noticed that could use some attention. But after the flight, the support site closed. So this is going to be really good for us after the flight's over to go in and talk about with the dev team, or at least give them our notes that we saw and things into our support tickets, right? So we're not obviously talking straight to devs, but we're giving them our input. And then he talks about, in addition to this blog today, we'll be outlining all the details about the tech previews in a live stream and blog post this Wednesday, September 22nd. So mark your calendars. The day before the flight goes live for download, we're going to get more information. The live stream, which will also provide a closer look at the Big Team Battle gameplay, will be live on Twitch and YouTube that afternoon, which I'm really excited for because last time we got not a whole game, but a solid chunk of gameplay. So maybe this time they will show us an entire game of Big Team Battle. I think that would be really cool. It will be accompanied by a blog that will have even more information for you written down and ready for you to easily reference over the course of the next 2 weeks. Really awesome. As part of the tech preview rolling out, we will start sending out pre-selection emails within the next 24 hours. So stay tuned to those. Make sure you guys are on your Halo Waypoint app or the website, refreshing and making sure that not Halo Waypoint specifically, but Halo Insiders profile specifically to get that invite and make sure you have everything ready to go. that was one of the biggest headaches of the last flight for sure, was wanting to download the game and you couldn't because whatever reason, you know, there was a lot of them. We're excited to jump back into another tech preview with all of you. Not only is this a blast to play with the community, but it also marks one of the last major milestones before launch. It's going to be an eventful time these next few weeks, or next 2 weeks, I should say. But it's nice knowing that we're nearly there. So that raises the question, is this going to be the last flight before launch? I hope. I don't know. I can't say I hope not, because after this flight, October, that means it's just over 2 months before launch on December 8th. So maybe we'll get one more flight after this, but that's kind of crazy to think about, that this might be the last flight. I don't know. Let's just have fun together this weekend, next weekend, and on the exciting road to release. Okay, so maybe not. It's on the exciting road to release. I think we're gonna have we're gonna have another flight. Probably a full blown open beta is what I'm thinking. Not just a flight. I would think like anyone can download thing. That would be kind of cool to see. I hope to run into you all online. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Unicheck. Thank you, 343 team. Really appreciate that update. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this content, guys. Let me know what you think. Of course, we're going to be streaming this live on Twitch, on my Twitch link, and my Twitch link is in the description down below. So hang out with us there. We have a good time. We had a good time, and I always play with viewers too. So we're just going to have a great time these next couple weekends. I'm going to do my best to stream every single play session for you guys and cover as much as that I can. If you were here around the channel for last flight, you knew I just like cranked out content that week. So we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about and just show off for these flights. So I'm really excited about it. And I really hope that you guys can join me this Friday for the Halo Infinite Tech Preview. It's going to be so exciting. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you to my Patreons, Joey Ferris and Mr. Pleb and Nathaniel Reeder. You guys are all so awesome with the ISO and the user ranking members. I'm just kind of rambling right now, but I really did want to express my thanks before I wrap up this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, definitely leave a like on the video. It does help out the channel a lot. And until next time, my friends, I'll see you online. Vanilla Soup, out.